Tripodi.
I'm Todd, and this is our Veterans Holiday Tribute, and we got some real heroes at the dinner today. So what I'd like to do is introduce them, let them introduce themselves to you.
Well, my name is Floyd Sailor. I was in the 187th Airborne Regimental Combat Team in Korea. I made parachute jumps over there. I can tell you that my most interesting time in my life was being in the service. And I support all members of the service. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Jim Tripodi. I was in the helicopter crew chief in Germany, and I had a good time as far as giving my time for my country, and I recommend it. It's an experience, and this dinner that they're giving us today was very appreciative and honoring to all us soldiers and to their families. Thank you.
My name is Bill Hinkle. I was in the Marine Corps, 3rd Marines. I was in the tanks. I was in motor pool. Drove about everything there was.
What's your happiest moment?
Well, I was going to say Thanksgiving dinner over there, but that was the worst moment.
Well, what's the happiest moment? Coming home?
Yes. Coming home, that was good.
Well, thank you.
And I really appreciate this dinner that Don has put on for all these veterans, all these brothers of mine. I want to thank him from the bottom of my heart, because we really appreciate it. Thank you, Don.
My name is Lauren Grassmuck, U.S. Navy. I was an aircraft electrician on the island of Saipan. My happiest moment was when my brother found me on the island of Saipan and we had lunch together. Never will forget that. I think this gathering today is just great. It brings tears to my eyes. Thank you for the lunch.
Thank you.
You came out to us at Canary.
Right.
You came out to our dinner at Canary
Right.
a few years ago, and you've been coming ever since.
Right.
But what we'd like to find out is what you did in the service, but also what you did in the film industry too. I'd like to hear a little bit about that. So tell us what you do in the service.
In the service, I was drafted in 1950 for the Korean War, and I was stationed in Camp McCoy, Wisconsin. And from there I went to Fort Riley, Kansas to become a wheel-auto mechanic. So when I came back, they had enough guys in the motor pool, so they made me a cook. So I became a cook. And then before we went overseas, we got 20 shots. I had one guy on this side and the other guy on this side of me. And the one guy shot me with 3 shots here and 3 shots over here. We had to take 20 shots before we went overseas. And we were sicker than dogs. And,
Like for hepatitis and all these?
Everything, the whole work. Bubonic plague shot, we had the burn shot. Felt like your whole arm was on fire.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
So what did you do overseas? In Europe? Were you in Europe?
Yeah, I was in Europe. I volunteered to go to Korea a couple times and they turned me down. So instead they sent me to Europe. I went over on a ship on the U.S. Sturgis. We embarked in Bremerhaven, and then from there we went down. They shipped us down to Saint-Ouen, France, and that's where all the military weapons and bombs and everything were there. All of the equipment, everything from the Second World War. And if anybody would have threw a bomb in there, we would have gone up like a Christmas candle.
What year was that?
That was 1950.
1950.
51, actually.
Now, the other thing I remember you gave to my students that was really cool was you had some of your publicity photos from your cowboy days.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, when I started out, and it's going to be in my autobiography, matter of fact, and I'm going to be doing that in about a month, or I heard from my ghostwriter today, and he's going to call me back. I might be going out of state before too long to get that done. 3 books plus my autobiography.
There you go.
Okay. Anyway, started out when I was about 7.5 years old. 7.5 years old. A fellow by the name of Mr. Brown came to the house in his tall Stetson hat, a nice cowboy outfit and a nice, good-looking horse. And right then and there, I was hooked. I want to be a cowboy. I'm going to be a cowboy. So after a while, he came for a while, and in 1940, a fellow by the name of Mr. Tom Mix came all the way from Hollywood, came to town, and I got to meet Tom at a hotel. I was selling newspapers at the time. I was only 11 years old at the time, I had newspapers under my arm. I looked like Spanky with a nice, with a leather jacket, rolled up sleeves too big for me. My pants were rolled up too big for me. But anyway, Tom looks at me, comes out of the hotel, looks at me, picks me up, puts me on his shoulders. I played harmonica. I wasn't too good then, but not too bad. So he took me around town. I played my harmonica for him. But the thing you want to know is this: a long story is going to be real short right now. As soon as he did that for me, and he went to my home, and he asked my mother. He says, "I want to take your son to Hollywood." My mother said, "No," and that's the end of that story.
Oh.
That was with Mr. Tom Mix. After Tom Mix, I got. I used to hear Gene Autry on the radio quite a bit, you know, and I have a lot of collectibles. I have gigantic collectibles. Anyway, I heard Tom Mix. I heard Gene Autry talk about. Matter of fact, Tom Mix left, and 2 weeks later, Tom Mix died in Florence, Arizona, in a one-car accident. He went through a construction area site. Suitcase came from the back of his convertible. Hit him in the back of the head and killed him instantly. $600 in his pocket with his boots on. But anyway, because I didn't get to go with Tom, I heard Gene Autry talk about Tom, and he was very sad about Tom passing away. They were good friends. They were good friends. And after that, I sort of liked Gene for quite a while, which I still did, you know, and respected all the Cowboys. I've always had the deepest admiration for the growth and the goodness of this country, because this is the greatest country in the world. I'll tell that to anybody. And I says I was glad to serve my country, and I would do it again. Because you can go to different countries, which I have been, and other people and other soldiers have been, and they'll even tell you themselves that there's no country like America that we have here. Is such a great heritage, such a wonderful way to live and grow, and to give to our children if they would just listen and pay attention, you know. And that's what I want to do as a singing cowboy. I want to travel around the country. I want to go and on tour, and I want to give them wisdom, love, understanding, goodness, and kindness, and everything that God has done for me. And I always put the good Lord first, because without God, I would have been nothing. In this life, I was almost killed 10 times. 10 times. I was almost killed here in Victorville, but the good Lord saved me. I was hit with a 6-passenger truck by a lady, and she was hit and run. She left. Naturally, being a God-loving person, I'm not going to sue. You know, so God gave me such a gift in a way to know how to take care of my body.